Hello everyone, this is NorthWind here, and welcome back to Technobabylon. In the last episode, we started interfacing with this guy, named Guy, and we met these weird hacktivist group. I don't know how to pronounce their name, but it basically means ignorance. And they're currently sieging the central computer right now in CEL. And I'm trying to just get out of here. I've got access to the security systems, but I don't think I can actually access it quite yet. We'll see. What's inside here? Alright, this is the camera. Medical data, even the drone's optics had enough resolution for you to read them, but you're certain they'd make no sense to you. Screens roll of medical data, even if the drone's optics had high enough resolution, they'd make no sense. It's the exact same thing over and over. Anything else around here? It's powered down. Apparently the utility drone you inhabit can't communicate with it. A good thing Guy's breach wasn't into that drone, but built in the ceiling. Otherwise you couldn't get very far. Can I leave? Oh, I'm controlling the little robot guy. Oh, that's what he meant by utility drone. Okay. Can I go into Regis's office? Synthetic is offline. The drone can't establish a data connection with it. The opportunity of a lifetime to go through a CEL agent's terminal. All the dirt you could dig up. The drone doesn't seem to have any means of accessing it, unfortunately. Okay. What about here? Office is locked. I'm gonna go in the waiting room. Here we go. Hello, little drone guy. This is really weird. Alright, so let's go ahead and leave. Alright, so I have this little drone guy. Hi, little drone guy. Can I open you up?
That doesn't need surgery.
Can I link with it?
As cool as it is. Come on, shoot!
Warning, power contact lost.
Oh, it gets power from the floor. Oh,
A
interesting.
utility drone. It probably.
Can it carry me around the building?
This might be useful.
What is it? Cutting laser. Oh, well that would help. We're gonna pull this and actually open up the thing on the wall here, the vent. Climb up on the table. Use the cutting laser on the air vent. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and leave. Nice. Okay. Germination. 8 hours later.
Dr. Lau, you have a visitor.
Oh,
Good evening, Dr. Lau.
hello.
Sounds like a Bond
And
villain.
You are. Surely you recognize him.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Vargas, you're the Central Operations Coordinator.
Quite so, young lady.
I apologize for the mess, sir. If I'd known we were going to have such important visitors.
That's quite all right, Dr. Lau.
What brings you from the Fulcrum Tower, sir?
A most grave matter, I'm afraid.
Most
One
grave.
I believe you specifically to be most suited to handle.
Shall I, Father?
Please do, Galatea.
Central, I believe the
Galatea.
audio system in this room to be faulty.
She's
Please run a
synthetic,
quick
isn't she?
diagnostic on the system.
Certainly, Miss Vargas. Beginning scan.
We have perhaps 2 minutes until the diagnostic cycle is complete.
Dr. Lau, have you heard of a gentleman by the name of Baxter?
Yes. That's the dude from Regis is, like,
Dr.
upset
Adam
with.
Baxter, convicted murderer?
And a brilliant engineer in his time.
Yes, I've heard of him. My partner had a history with him. His
Has.
parole hearing and eventual release really got to Dr. Regis.
Quite so, poor Viksha. I don't think Charlie ever got over it. And
His wife was
unfortunately,
murdered.
it
Do you
appears
think
that
you
he's
expect
taken
him to get over
his
it?
own hands.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a connection to Regis as well?
Quite so. He worked for me in a research team.
Okay.
As did Baxter in the same project.
Well, that's how they knew each other.
Regis.
Precisely. We lost half of the team in one fell swoop.
Technically, that's 2/3 of the team. Well, I guess he was on the team too, so
Last
yeah.
night, before Central
Half
went
of
to
4
see
would be 2.
Why? What's happened?
This morning, Dr. Baxter was found dead in his workplace.
What?
Oh no. Oh, Charlie, no.
I share your concern, Dr. Lau.
Central
Oh,
believes Dr.
wow.
Regis to be the most likely suspect.
Yeah, that
Even
makes
knowing
sense.
That Central would be unable to provide oversight during the siege.
And he had no shortage of motive, as I'm sure you'd agree.
That's true.
It just doesn't sound like him, though. He had other outlets, like his garden.
I don't fully agree with Central's assessment either. That is why I'm activating you on this case.
Okay.
You want me to investigate Baxter's murder with my partner as the prime suspect? Isn't that a pretty serious conflict of interest?
Yep.
It is within my prerogative to select agents I feel appropriate for casework, if necessary. Using it to
Okay.
aid an old friend, a good man, like Charlie Regis, I think that's worthwhile.
Remember that your primary responsibilities are to the law and to this city.
Okay. Why did
You're
you
the
cut the
controller of
feed?
Central operations. Why would you need to cut the camera feed with a trick like that?
I apologize, but for the sake of city security,
Yeah, can't tell me. Classified, ultraviolet A, etc.
What?
I'm glad you understand.
I might understand, but I'm not happy about it.
noted, Dr. Lau.
I think I've heard enough.
That's good to hear. I'll have Galatea T-mail the case data to you. If I can be of any
T-mail.
further help, don't hesitate to drop by my office.
At the top of the Fulcrum Tower. Make an appointment beforehand.
Diagnostic cycle of monitoring systems complete. No wetware or firmware anomalies detected. However, please ask Dr. Regis to stop obstructing the lens assembly.
I wish you luck with your work, Dr. Lau. For Regis's sake.
Yeah. Alright, am I controlling Lau now? Lau now. I guess I am.
Until the AI lab have had their turn analyzing her. Then she's all mine.
That's
She's
creepy.
expensive. I wonder if I can persuade Regis to let us keep her.
That's creepy. Alright, let's go in. Alright, so... authorized by City Systems Administrator, Dr. Eduardo Vargas. Please find the access to the investigation's case files enclosed. If you wish to discuss the case in person with the Administrator, please make an appointment beforehand. Okay, no subject. Just called Max. Nothing else. Dr. Lau, thank you for the summary of the so-called mind-jacking investigations. It is evident that some of Dr. Reach's talent in investigation has found its way into your work, but please be aware that you need not also emulate his less helpful behavioral patterns. Edward Lau, Max, it doesn't matter what Mom said. I don't really understand why you did it either, but I'm not going to judge you. I miss you, and they won't admit it, but Mom and Dad do too. Please come home, Max. The city, that life, it'll change you, Eddie. XXX. Alright, well, let's take a look at the attachment here. Get a little bit more information about what we're doing.
Ow!
What?
Wait, what was that?
Something happened. What's this? Category class 4 information, largely with composite harm to health of individual targets. I believe we've actually read all of that. What's this one? Homicide, breaking and entering, abuse of public office. Outline on July 11th, 2087, Dr. Adam Baxter, PM, was found dead by coworkers at the Vickerman Tatsumoto Telepresence Laboratory in the Northeast Network. CEL has been contacted and case officer Lau has activated for the mission. Baxter, Dr. Adam, former organic computing researcher. Subject is Dr. Regis. Detected entering the laboratories and leaving 128 minutes later. Suspect has been unreachable and has historically demonstrated a high anti-civil behavior index. With such strong motive, his apprehension for questioning is priority. Okay. Let's try to call Regis then.
No answer.
Could have expected it wouldn't have been an answer. Okay, well, we have wetware. Can I connect to her with the
Got to
wetware?
wait till the AI lab.
Well, that's kind of creepy. La 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 la. I don't want to play laser paper stone. Alright, well, I think... Can I get to his desk?
Sorry, Regis.
Photograph. Anything else at his desk? No. Screens? Let's look at the photograph.
Physical photograph. The team. February 2067.
Okay. Nina, Adam, Eduardo, Gwen, Vicky, Charlie. So Regis, Regis's wife, Eduardo. Why is his face? Oh, I guess he cut it out.
This is probably the only person I know who'd want his picture on paper. I guess defacing a digital one just isn't the same.
Yeah. As if hinting to you, Central has swapped out the data. Oh, well, there you go. Exactly the same thing that I've already read. Let's head to the laboratory. Crime scene. Well, that's a cool looking building.
Wow, that's a lot of green.
Alright, what do we got here?
Great, they finally sent someone.
Yep.
You here to get the body out?
Maybe. I'm Max Lau, cell case specialist.
No kidding. I'm the lab director, Dr. Zvidzai Chigwa. Make it quick, I'm busy.
Can you tell me what happened?
Baxter got killed.
Yeah.
Any more detail.
When we started this afternoon, a whole lot of samples had been tampered with. We tried to call Baxter to find out what the hell was going on in the specimen bank.
And he didn't answer.
He didn't. Turned out the door to the specimen bank was locked too.
You haven't seen the body?
No, not in person, if that's what you mean. We got the camera feed online, but it was obvious that Baxter wasn't going to be coming out.
When
Okay.
did you last see him?
Guess it could have been Wednesday?
So he could have been killed any time in the past 3 days?
I guess, but it wouldn't fit with everything else.
What's the purpose of this lab? Plant studies?
Yes and no. It's a TP lab, telepresence. There's a lot of research that's not exactly legal in some countries.
But
Like.
in Newton, pretty much anything goes.
Exactly. If someone in the EU needs research done on something hazardous, infectious, or endangered, they send the orders here and we carry out the testing.
Okay, good to know.
Mostly we make new angiosperms from scratch. That's flowering plants to you.
Yeah, I took
Gee,
basic
thanks. Lots of
biology.
people want new flowers.
Sometimes it's a drug delivery method. The earliest commercial examples were fruit that grew packed with insulin. A lot of new wetware begins its life as engineered fruit too.
Must be awkward if they cross-pollinate in the wild.
And a legal headache. Part of our job is making sure the copy protection works.
Yep.
Copy protection and
Plant DRM.
You've got a keen mind. What's your take on this?
Hey, I'm not the detective, young lady.
Don't be rude.
I think Regis did what they ought to have done 20 years ago.
Why do you say that?
Seems logical. We've got him coming into the labs on security, then we got him coming out an hour later. When we get here, we've got Baxter's corpse contaminating the specimen bank.
Anything else?
Well, something strange.
Okay.
Since we got in, we keep finding samples that have been tampered with. Looks like he spent his hour here messing up the genomes of our specimens.
That
Why would he do that?
If anyone was good enough to do it that fast, it'd be Charlie.
You knew Regis as well.
Yeah, I was on a research team with him and his wife back in the 60s. Baxter, too.
You've apparently known him a long time. Does this seem like something Regis would do?
Ugh, after what he did to Vicky, I'd have strangled Baxter too.
Good to
I
know.
tell you, if he did do it, I wouldn't blame him one bit.
Do you think he did it, though?
I don't know. He was always kinda shady.
Tell me about it.
They made him do some real awful stuff out in the hot zones.
Okay.
Such as...
Let's just say his escape led to a whole lot of people being jailed for war crimes.
So you worked with Regis and his wife, as well as Baxter.
Just gonna get a lot of information in here.
That Papa's ass? Yeah, I worked for him.
You don't care for him.
He was a competent researcher, but he lives for politics. Everything was always about making the world a better place.
And you don't think it should be better?
It's a nice idea, just not realistic. And what we ended up making, it was actually never mind.
Why didn't the facility's CI detect Baxter's vitals suddenly failing? It's a potentially hazardous environment in here.
We were wondering that as well.
Okay,
This
something to keep an
afternoon,
eye out
the
for.
monitoring system in the sample lab was in recursion. All hell broke loose when the CI suddenly realized what had happened.
So either you've got a technical fault with the software or wetware interfacing,
Which is
Or
unlikely given how much they cost.
somebody
or
messed with it.
someone breached the security systems to cover Baxter's murder. That gives me more hope. Regis would have no idea how to do that.
Alright.
You seem preoccupied.
That obvious, huh? We found a couple of specimens that Regis tampered with in his hour here. So I gotta run through the catalog and dig out the backups.
Sounds straightforward.
Not when there's 11,000 samples to take. Oh, I could punch Regis for this.
Hmm.
Oh, I want to shake his hand for Baxter so it kinda evens out.
What's wrong with the
What's been done to the
samples?
He's used a customized viral vector to add huge amounts of junk DNA to their genomes. These are the last two I found, Medioflorens interensis and Linacia lawsonis.
May I have a look?
Do you think it'll help?
Might.
A hunch.
He left a message in there, didn't he?
Huh. Non-binary. Quaternary data string?
What do you mean?
My wetware systems are interpreting the genomes of these plants as sections of an audio file.
That's
Use the DNA to store information.
cool.
So,
It's incomplete. The two samples only make up a third of the data. But M and L, my initials? This can't be a coincidence. He's left a message.
what does it say?
Not sure yet. I could probably construct the whole message if I can find where he's hidden the rest of it.
Safe to say it's in the other plants he's engineered. Here, take this. You can sample DNA from the plants around the lab. If you run out of sampling cartridges, you can reload it at this console.
Okay.
Thanks. How long would it take to sample everything in the lab?
Only a couple of years. We have over 11,000 subjects. You're better off looking for specimens that would fill the gaps in the clue he left.
Right. Okay. I think we're gonna start looking around the lab.
For now.
Then if you'll excuse me, I'll get back to work.
We're gonna start looking at the plants around the lab, see if we can get this message figured out. But that is gonna have to wait until the next episode. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.